Hello and welcome. I hope you had an amazing day today, fam. So we're gonna go back into Perceptions of the Dead. This time we're gonna be playing the Phantom Ice Cream Truck. This one. So we'll see what happens with that one. I know that ice cream trucks can be really creepy. Um, like the Like there are those out there, like these ones, and they have the little like kind of like carnival music almost. Um, there was one by my friend's house one time, and their music is so creepy. And we also have one. It's a ice cream boat, and they have that music, and it just goes around and gives people ice cream. It's so freaking creepy. Alright, the Phantom Ice Cream Truck. Follow a denizen of the border between life and death as he answers a call to rescue a missing child. Of course, it's a fucking missing child. I swear to God, every time I hear something about a fucking ice cream truck, it's always a kid missing, or they got hurt, or something.
A glance around reveals an empty street, and I take a moment of solitude to adjust my layers. It does little to stave off the biting wind. I clench and unclench my fingers with a deep-rooted ire. I am not being paid well enough for this shit.
So he's called the Acolyte? So, isn't an acolyte like someone religious? So you got a religious guy and an ice cream truck.
Then again, I never am.
Okay.
This was the second night since I had started this assignment. The couple had hired me to bring back their son. They
Okay.
hadn't been so comfortable with the way the official investigation was turning up so very little, and how much the media had begun to spin the tale into a ghost story. The Phantom Ice Cream Truck. What a mouthful. A messy case, too. The police's initial involvement had been straightforward.
Actually, I want to know what an acolyte
The first child had
is.
fell off the map like the earth had swallowed him whole. Right off the street, according to witnesses. No one saw a thing. No reliable witness heard anything either. No unfamiliar cars or people. No unfamiliar sounds. One moment he was in front of his parents' home, the next he was gone.
Hopefully, that's not enough for you guys.
Strange, but there could be plenty explanations for such an incident. Very mundane ones. Such explanations became more unlikely when every child in the neighborhood reported hearing ice cream truck music right around the time of the disappearance. Of course, without a single adult able to corroborate this mysterious music, the children's testimony was quickly dismissed.
So no adult can hear it.
Still creepy, right? And oh so mysterious.
Probably the ice cream truck.
Even more so when it happened again. Then a third time. It was the third parents who hired me. I never really figured out how my clients find me. It's not like I list my number anywhere or advertise. But somehow word of mouth leads to my phone ringing, and a familiar phrase to indicate it's for business.
Okay, so I was right. An acolyte is a person assisting the celebrant in a religious service or procession, an assistant or follower. So, I mean, I guess it could be religious, but it also could be, if you're like a department, you're an acolyte, kind of that way. So,
Ya, ya, patan. I seek a pact with that which should not be.
I guess it's
I
not
know,
religious.
it's a little trippy. It's from a book I had read back in college. A friend came up with the joke as his invocation of my aid. He must have used it dozens of times when we were younger, typically for a ride when he had been out drinking. I had become so used to it that when I first answered the phone and heard an unfamiliar voice say the phrase, I just kind of went with it. The next time it was the same. And then it became common. Where are you?
We live in Rosterfield, Maine. I know it's a long way from where I heard about you, but can you help us?
Will you pay the price?
We will pay anything if you can bring back our son.
The deal is struck. And with that, I called in sick to work. Told them I had the flu and would need a few days off.
So serious.
I was given shit about not getting my flu shot, but they didn't hassle me too much. That evening, I was on a plane. I arrived at the house at midnight.
You just said that.
I did not knock. After all, it was important to keep up appearances. The window to the left was latched, but the right slid up easily.
So, you got hired by these people and you're gonna break into their house. Okay.
I found the boys' room first and gave it a once-over. Legos, Ben 10 toys, and Star Wars paraphernalia littered the floors and walls. A quick once-over revealed nothing useful, though. I sat on the foot of the bed for almost 10 minutes before one of them stirred.
What in the fuck? Why are you being such a creeper?
Oh my god!
Yeah.
No
Why?
reaction. I turn around slowly. I return for what has been lost. From you, I need 2 items. I need a photo and an article of clothing. Something thick with this smell.
Okay, this dude is weird.
The woman stands up slowly, edging against the wall, then runs to the child's room. She returns with a dirty soccer jersey and a copy of a Lost flyer. The father remains paralyzed, his eyes locked with mine. Though likely, he is just staring into the shadow beneath my hood, hoping to see something there, something human. Likely questioning his decision to hire me.
Yeah, 'cause you just sat on their freaking bed for 10 minutes. That's a little creepy. Normally, you know, people that are trying to find your kid don't do that.
Can you really find him?
I take a long smell of the shirt, then discard it. I take a look at the photo. This time, I spend a lot longer examining it. I wasn't really some bloodhound. I couldn't track my scent, but the photo helped a lot. Now I knew what he looked like. Yes. She begins to breathe heavily, and then cries. The husband just continues to stare aghast into the hood of my cloak. With that, I begin to walk out. Behind me, I hear the father speak.
Oh, did we just send after our son?
Yeah.
The first night had been uneventful. I had turned over the results of the police investigation and found myself wanting.
I wonder if this is gonna be something about, like, the Grim Reaper. Because I think on the main menu, you kind of saw what he looked like, and he does kind of look like a Grim Reaper.
Wanting what?
I hope not.
Oh, anything resembling a weed.
What?
Did these people get paid to do this shit? I certainly didn't buy the superstitious who were already spreading stories about the ghostly ice cream truck. If a ghost were going to come back, it's very unlikely they would be scooting around in an ice cream truck.
I mean, unless somebody died in the truck, it's possible.
Talking to children had been painfully hard. My one fortune was that my attire left me more reminiscent of a Slender Man than a child molester.
Yeah.
So the times I was chased away from children I tried to interview were not mistaken for solicitation.
Either a Grim Reaper or a Slender Man.
I shuddered violently at the thought. The children provided my first real clue. They described a tune. One that sounded like the type and consistency that an ice cream truck might have. Not that ice cream trucks were common these days. I was a little surprised these kids even knew what one was.
Yeah, they're not really that common. Yeah, I've only seen, like, one. And that was just because I just happened to be on that street that day.
Some were even able to hum and whistle the tune for me. I wasn't entirely sure how to run with this info. The relevance of a single song really didn't occur to me. A small piece of the rest of the day was spent feeding myself and taking a nap as inconspicuously as possible. I had no intention of allowing anyone to see me be anything other than the creepy supernatural paranormal investigator.
Great.
It's how I've always done things. You'd be surprised how quickly you can build a rep with the right look and behavior. After the nap, it was back to beating the streets. And my current predicament. It was friggin' cold. In the near distance, I watched a quartet of kids, roughly 14 or so, playing a ragged game of football. They seemed to be having a great time, but even as far away as I am, their cheers and jeers rattle my nerves. For a moment, I wish they would be quiet. As though hearing my thoughts mid-run, they stop, on cue. They stand up straight and begin to draw heavy, ragged breaths. A girl hugs the football to her chest as her eyes grow ever wider. A girl hugs the football to her chest as her eyes grow ever wider. I test reality for a moment. I wish I had a few thousand bitcoins.
For what?
It occurs to me that I should have asked for something more easily checked. At the same time, it occurs to me that I didn't silence those kids. I bite my tongue, close my eyes, and bury the nail of my thumb into the palm of my hand.
What in the fuck is up with the ketchup? I don't understand that.
I dig in as hard as I can.
Okay. What?
Behind my eyelids. And then I hear it.
Pretty sure that's not what you see when your vision. What the fuck?
A song playing on a pair of shitty speakers. The kind you'd hear on top of an old-timey ice cream truck. My eyes flick open as I scan the
What?
horizon.
What's with the weird vision?
The truck passes me, inches from clipping my shoulder, and heading straight towards the kids. No, you fucking don't! I break into a run, and despite the trivial speed of the truck, barely manage to keep up. As the truck closes on the kids, it slows to a stop, and I finally begin to close the gap.
Fire on home, you kids. It's getting dark. This town isn't safe after dark.
Yeah, because of you.
Getting dark? What are you talking about? The sun set hours ago. No sooner had the words crossed my mind when it all went black.
What?
For a few moments, I thought I had been knocked unconscious. Then my eyes began to adjust. I make out the faintest impression of light.
Oh no. Oh no. This isn't good. You kids better get in. I'll get you home safe.
Yeah, no, fuck you.
I watch helplessly moving through the dark like it was molasses. Shadows pass before the light as he ushers them into the truck.
What the fuck
The
is
truck
wrong
lights
with
flare
us?
into brilliance, and I hear the motor roar as the car begins to move forward at a pace more in keeping with a motor vehicle. I would lose it even if I were still able to move.
No. No.
I let out a choked cry after them.
Stop. Stop.
Then I stopped. The second cry had no depth to its volume. While the no had echoed normally down the empty street, the scream of stop had sounded like I screamed into the middle of a very large room.
The hell?
Slowly I reach behind me, laying hands on one of my pieces of emergency equipment. The kind of stuff you don't use when you want people to think you're some manner of elder or. I slowly bring it around, just as I feel the breath on my neck.
Ooh.
With a whip, I crack the
fuck?
flare.
Oh.
See it burn red hot through my clenched eyes, and I hear the cacophony of screams. I open them. Thousands of twisted meat clicks come out on the
Okay.
flesh writhing in the agony of the light. And as I raise it above my head, the flare burns brighter. The darkness washes away. I wheel around in place, but find myself alone
What?
in the street.
So now it's suddenly
In
day.
the middle of the day. I
What?
drop the flare and try futilely to snuff it out with my hood. My little display has drawn an audience, and not so far down the street, I see my clients. Oh, fuck.
So it's ghosts.
I merely nod slowly.
Well, that's not really ghost. That's like weird, like. I don't even know what you would call that. I've never seen that before. That's so weird.
But you can still get him back?
I nod again.
But it's been over a week since you started searching him. He hasn't eaten anything.
Wait, it's been a week? It's been a week. Were we out for a week? And that weird whatever that was? The
I
fuck?
still couldn't wrap my mind around how much time had passed in the
A
darkness.
fucking week. He's been in that darkness for a week. The fuck?
We will be fine. Time does not pass normally.
What is this ice cream dude? I don't understand. Like, I've never heard of something that does that.
You know where he is?
I nod. I'm going there tonight to get him back. They start crying. I'm not really sure what to do at this point, so I stand there, awkwardly, hoping that my layers give me more of the appearance of stoicism than an awkward feeling. Apparently it works.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I leave the building as they both chant thank you, like it was some kind of prayer. It's not the first time I'd heard that prayer. It's not the first time I had done this.
So what did you do on your other times that you've... What the fuck have you seen, bro?
I'm ready this time as night falls. I withdraw a small shot and without hesitation jam it into my arm.
Shot what? Excuse me?
Viper venom. I had a friend back home who kept one as a pet. Weird kid.
Why?
Milks the things. Sells the venom, mostly to medical facilities. Occasionally he sells it to me.
For what reason? And why are you putting it in your arm? That seems like a horrible idea. It's venom.
My knees nearly buckle as the burning begins to creep through my arm. I stifle a scream. Then I hear it, and everything clicks.
Okay, so it gives us weird vision, and
I let out a
you
long
can...
sigh and stand up.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
adjusting
whoa.
my layers.
Can he hear the music now that he did that? Like, could he not hear it before? What the fuck?
I turn my eyes to fall upon the approaching truck. My hand goes behind my back and my fingers close. I train the gun on the
Oh.
truck and unload a triad
God.
of shots into the ghost truck's engine. The engine sputters, the grating
Okay.
burns, melting away, and the music screams in protest.
What do you think you're doing?
Apparently,
An escapee from an Andy Warhol painting stutters, stepping awkwardly from the vehicle.
you know, shooting your... Whoa, what the fuck is up with your eyes? What the fuck? What the fuck are you?
I have to protect the children.
No, you're, no.
Only one thing may not exist. You and that which you fear must cease to be.
But the children...
The darkness falls upon me. With such force, I stagger.
Jesus.
I lose my grip and the gun disappears, searing into the shifting mass of flesh. My hand goes behind my back, and my grip closes around a rough-hewn blade, forged of obsidian and steel. And as I carve outwards, I hear the screams of all the lost children, unwilling to accept their fate. and
Oh,
stand
God.
helpless. Flesh
Jeez.
shatters as I carve, burning away like paper, until finally, I lay into the man.
No, you don't understand. I was just trying to help.
I bury the blade into his throat.
Oh, God. Jeez.
The cacophony resounds as the children who lost themselves in the darkness writhe, and I go about my work of freeing them all, just as I freed this man.
My baby. Oh, my baby. It's okay.
Okay, I guess we got the kid.
No, not everyone. They're all dead. Everyone. Everyone died.
Except you.
7 kids lost here. And I got back all of them.
Well, where are they? Like, did you actually save them,
I
or...
wonder how many I actually freed.
Yeah, I'd
How
love to
many
know
had
that.
attracted this nightmare? And what the hell was he so afraid of in that darkness? And most importantly, why did he ultimately abandon him to it?
Yeah, I'd like to know that too. Why? What was the point of... Oh. I wonder if he was feeding on their fear. Because that's... I feel like that's a common thing with, I almost want to say I watched an episode of like Charmed or something about that, where it feeds off of your fear and it just.
I don't know how to
I
thank
don't
you.
like that.
After a week of not hearing from you, I had feared for the worst. A month after that, I'd come to accept that it was over. I was ready to move on.
So this kid's been gone a month. A month and a week. How is he still alive?
His eyes fall to his wife, still babying the boy, who won't stop staring off into the distance.
She had faith, though. She said that you were an angel, or maybe a demon. She didn't care. She believed in you. Some nights after she had said her Hail Marys, I would see her put her hands together, and I would hear her. She prayed to you.
I was almost flattered, but to tell the truth, the idea of someone believing so much in me, and praying to me, it was terrifying.
I want you to know, I'm willing to pay more than whatever your normal fee is. We've been living with a tight belt since I called you, and I won't lie and say I don't do well for myself. I have more than enough saved up to pay you anything we could ask. Or, if there's something else you want, there's nothing I can offer you that means more to me than my son.
I let out a long sigh. I reach up to my hood and pull it back. Both of them gasped, stepping back, and then cocking eyebrows in unison, having perhaps expected something more. After having been gone for 2 months, I could really use a job.
Ow. Gotcha. He just wants some money. Okay. What? Okay, so that's the end of it. To be honest, that was really kind of short. So apparently we never got his name. His name is Tyrone. Huh. Okay, I'm really confused by all of that. I'm not really sure what the ice cream dude was. That's weird music. Okay. Yeah, I'm just very confused what the ice cream man was, and like, the whole Venom thing was weird. The fact that he injected himself and went into this weird, like, a vision world, and you could hear it, and the whole writhing demi-humans was weird too. But, I mean, he got the kid back, and he killed the dude, so I guess it's all good. I'm still really confused what all of it is. I don't know. I did kind of like this one because it was different, and it was certainly interesting. I think I like the other one a little bit better, the one with the Twitch streamer, whatever that one was called, I don't remember. Just because it had more of a concrete story, like you knew what it was. This one, you know what it is, but at the same time you don't understand it. I don't understand the Venom, I don't understand what the ice cream dude was. But it wasn't bad. So, yeah. Leave a like if you guys liked it. Leave a comment, I guess, if you know what it is. I don't know. And I think today I'm gonna play the other one, actually Perceptions of the Dead. Just because this one didn't super satisfy me as much as the Twitch streamer one, so I want to play another one just to see if that one's good. But yeah, hope you guys liked it. Bye!